Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania? It could happen. What's up, everybody? This is Fred Richani, TSC News, your home for pro wrestling news updates, reviews, interviews, and everything in between. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. We just wrapped up the March 13, 2018 edition of SmackDown Live, and it saw Shane McMahon reveal that, 1, he's going to be taking a leave of absence as SmackDown commissioner, and 2, he made Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn official for WrestleMania 34. But did he? Because after the announcement, at the end of the show, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came out, beat the hell out of Shane McMahon, gave him a pop-up powerbomb, haluva kick, put a steel chair on his throat, slammed him to the ground, and then Shane McMahon, defying all laws of common sense, was dragged backstage by KO and Zayn, and took a powerbomb onto some, steel boxes, some steel grating, back freaking first. Have I mentioned this guy is a 48-year-old man? This is what happens when you're some rich dude with way too much free time on your hands. You're taking power bombs back first on freaking steel, and you're 48 years old. Dude, find some hobbies. Water polo, tennis, video games. Listen, I guarantee you, your kids and their friends will look at you as a much cooler dad if you're streaming on Twitch, playing PUBG, then taking power bombs on a freaking steel box. And now that begs the question. Daniel Bryan is supposed to come back next week as SmackDown General Manager. This might sound silly, but a lot of people are asking it, so let's just put it out there. Is Daniel Bryan actually going to be medically cleared by WWE? And if he is, will he actually team with Shane McMahon to take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? Even though, really, in storyline sense, that kind of doesn't make any sense because DB and Shane McMahon have been at odds for months. I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, Shane McMahon does a tag team match with KO and Zayn. Maybe they do a triple threat. Oh, God, a triple threat with Shane McMahon beating up both guys. Oh. Maybe they have, I don't know, Samoa Joe debut on SmackDown and team up with Shane. Who the hell knows? But this storyline just got a hell of a lot more intriguing, and really it's one of the few things that's intriguing on SmackDown. I think Charlotte and Asuka is going to be a great match, but storyline-wise, if they keep having Charlotte cut these boring, monotonous promos, even though she is the daughter of Ric Flair, but she is sounding like a robot, well, I think I'm just going to skip SmackDown up until WrestleMania. And as for AJ versus Nakamura, listen, that match tells itself. They really don't need to go overboard with the selling and angles. Just, it's two dudes in a dream match that want to be the best. Leave it at that. As for the rest of the WrestleMania card, before I go here, because we got a decent amount of matches already announced, and it looks like the direction right here. Of course, we got Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. The Cruiserweight Championship Tournament Final, whichever that's going to be. And I think it's going to be a great match either way. They're probably going to stick it in the pre-show, which is unfortunate, but that should be a great match. And it'll crown a new Cruiserweight Champion. Rousey and Angle versus McMahon and Triple H. That should be really good for what it is, depending on where they put it on in the show. I say that because if they put it in hour number 4, end of hour number 4, yeah, it could be a little rough. Miz, Balor, Rollins, I think that match could steal the show. Charlotte Flair and Asuka, I think, can be great. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, it'll be a spectacle, and I think they'll make it a big deal because they're doing the Andre documentary this year for HBO. Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal, honoring a woman that pimped out women, participated in sort of a prostitution ring, all kinds of discrimination, and more or less was a terrible piece of crap that is not missed. Yeah, that Battle Royal, which is getting all the women on the show, is taking place as well. And by the way, I did tweet out on the @SportsCourier Twitter account a petition if you guys want to have the name changed. I don't think WWE will do it, but perhaps they'll get enough bad press and bad vibes and bad feedback, not even bad feedback, real feedback, honest feedback from fans, that they'll opt to change the name or something because, seriously, they wouldn't induct China in the Hall of Fame, but they're naming a Battle Royal after Moolah, who did significantly worse things than China. China's guilty of being a porn star and, unfortunately, having a drug problem. Fabulous Moolah is guilty of setting back women's wrestling for decades and decades and decades and being a terrible human being. But then again, they're also inducting Kid Rock into the Hall of Fame, so before Jim Johnston. Sheamus and Cesaro are taking on Braun Strowman, who won a tag team battle royal by himself on Raw with a mystery partner. Perhaps that's Samoa Joe, or it's by himself. I think if he beats him by himself, that looks really bad. Well, for the tag titles anyway. Randy Orton is likely facing Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal in a United States Championship triple threat match. This match, I think, was booked by Hell. We have Alexa Bliss likely defending the Raw Women's title against Nia Jax, as Nia Jax found out on Raw that Alexa has been talking junk behind her back. And we're all likelihood going to have Usos versus New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers in another triple threat match for the SmackDown tag team titles. Hopefully this is on the main show, considering the storyline's been that the Usos have never been on the main card. And honest to God, I love James Ellsworth, but it's ridiculous that James Ellsworth was on a WrestleMania card before the freaking Usos. So, yeah, from top to bottom, if you throw in maybe Sasha Banks and Bayley, on paper, this looks like one hell of a card, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about the potential Owens and Zayn matchup with Shane McMahon? What do you think about the current WrestleMania card? What do you think about the boring state of SmackDown and the job Road Dogg as head writer has been doing? Because honestly, I feel like it's like I feel like Road Dogg is Dwight Schrute and he's taken over Dunder Mifflin from Michael Scott in The Office, and it just mixed results to say the least. But let me know. Leave a comment below. Tweet us, Facebook us. Do what you got to do. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, take care. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, enjoy the matches.